Older women have this energy. Men can't resist. And they don't even try. You've felt it before. The way he looks at you a little longer. The way his tone softens without him realizing. And you didn't even try. Older women have this energy. Men can't resist. And they don't even try. There's something different about you now. It's not louder. It's not desperate. It's not trying to prove anything. And that's exactly why it pulls him in. You're not chasing attention. You're not performing for validation. You're just present. And men feel that shift instantly. Have you ever noticed how younger women often try harder? They over-explain. They over-text. They over-give. But you don't. Not anymore. And that quiet restraint creates a tension that most men can't fully explain. Some psychology research suggests that emotional stability is deeply attractive because it signals safety. And when you walk into a room with calm confidence, you don't just look mature. You feel grounded, and grounded energy makes a man's nervous system relax. That's the first small thing you do without even knowing it. You don't react emotionally to everything. When he takes longer to reply, you don't spiral. When he seems distant, you observe instead of panic. That alone changes the dynamic. Because most men are used to emotional volatility. When you stay steady, you become rare. And rare feels valuable. The second small thing is your silence. Not cold silence, not punishment silence, but comfortable silence. You don't rush to fill every quiet moment. You can sit next to him without performing. You can hold eye contact without nervous laughter. Studies show that people who are comfortable with silence are perceived as more secure and self-assured. And that security subtly communicates, I don't need you, but I enjoy you. That difference changes everything. The third thing is how you speak. You don't overshare to bond. You don't gossip to connect. You speak slowly. You choose your words. There's intention behind your tone. And men unconsciously interpret that as depth. You've learned that mystery isn't about hiding. It's about pacing. When you reveal yourself gradually, he leans in. When you don't explain every emotion, he wonders. And curiosity creates attraction more than availability ever will. Here's something most people won't say out loud. Older women don't compete. And that's the fourth thing. You don't compare yourself to every woman in the room. You don't check who liked his photo. You don't fight for his attention. That quiet self-trust makes you magnetic. Behavior experts notice that confidence without competition feels powerful because it signals internal security. You already know who you are. You're not asking to be chosen. You're observing if he qualifies. That shift flips the energy. The fifth small thing is your boundaries. You don't argue to win. You disengage when something feels off. You don't beg for clarity. You wait. And if clarity doesn't come, you step back. And here's the twist. Men secretly respect what they can't easily manipulate. When you don't over-explain your standards, when you don't negotiate your self-worth, he senses that losing you would actually cost him something. That fear isn't toxic. It's human. Psychology suggests that people value what feels limited and self-protective. When you protect your energy, you increase your perceived value. The sixth thing you do is subtle independence. You have your routines, your hobbies, your friends, your quiet evenings. You don't revolve your life around his schedule. And that independence creates intrigue. When he realizes you're fulfilled without him, it activates something primal. Not jealousy, but challenge. And challenge awakens pursuit. You're not playing hard to get. You're simply not easy to destabilize. That difference is powerful. The seventh small thing is emotional patience. You've been through heartbreak. You've seen promises fade. You've felt attachment rise and fall. And because of that, you don't rush feelings anymore. You let them build slowly. Well, when a man feels that you're not clinging, not attaching instantly, not projecting forever into the future after 3 dates, he relaxes. And when he relaxes, he invests more naturally. Here's what most people misunderstand. Men are not only attracted to beauty, they are deeply drawn to emotional regulation. When you don't explode during misunderstandings, when you don't threaten to leave in every argument, when you don't demand reassurance every week, he feels safe. And safety is addictive. The eighth thing is your acceptance of yourself. You don't apologize for aging, you don't hide your lines, you don't pretend you haven't lived. There's a softness in that acceptance. And softness combined with strength creates a rare balance. You're not trying to be 20 again. You're not chasing youth. You carry experience with elegance, though, and that elegance feels calming. Here's the deeper truth. You don't try to impress him anymore, and that non-trying energy is magnetic. Because when someone isn't seeking approval, their presence feels authentic. Studies show authenticity increases trust and emotional attraction. When he feels that you are exactly who you appear to be, without performance, he lowers his guard. And once his guard drops, attachment begins. But there's something else happening underneath. You don't fear being alone. That's the hidden layer. You've made peace with solitude. You've built a life that doesn't collapse without a partner. And when a man senses that you're choosing him, not needing him, it shifts his perception. Need feels heavy. Choice feels flattering. You choose him because he adds value, not because he fills emptiness. That distinction builds respect. Now here's the twist most men will never admit. They feel calmer around older women. Not because you're quieter, but because you're stable. Your emotional rhythms are predictable. Your reactions are measured. Your affection is intentional. You don't play mind games. You don't send mixed signals. You don't chase, then withdraw to create drama. And that consistency builds trust faster than chemistry ever could. When a man trusts your emotional steadiness, he opens up faster. He shares more. He invests deeper. Because he doesn't fear chaos. And chaos exhausts men more than they admit. You see, attraction isn't just about excitement. It's about nervous system safety. And your energy feels safe. You don't try to dominate conversations. You listen. You observe. You respond thoughtfully. Oh, that subtle respect makes him feel heard. And when a man feels heard, he feels valued. Here's something powerful. You don't lose yourself in relationships anymore. If he pulls back, you don't chase blindly. If he hesitates, you don't collapse. You notice patterns instead of reacting to moments. That pattern awareness makes you emotionally intelligent. And emotional intelligence is seductive. You're not mysterious because you're distant. You're mysterious because you're self-contained. And self-contained people radiate quiet power. Men may not have the vocabulary to explain it, but they feel it. They feel the way you don't rush intimacy, the way you don't pressure labels, the way you let connection breathe. And breathing space makes desire grow. Here's what happens next. If he's emotionally mature, he leans in. He respects you. See, he invests more deeply because he senses that you're not easily shaken. If he's immature, he may test you. He may pull away. He may try subtle games. But your steadiness exposes those behaviors quickly, and that saves you time. The truth is, you don't attract boys anymore. You attract men who crave peace. Because after a certain age, peace becomes more attractive than drama, and you embody peace without effort. So if you've been wondering why he seems softer around you, why he listens more closely, why he acts slightly nervous, but protective at the same time, it's not random. It's your energy. It's your calm confidence. It's the way you don't beg to be chosen. And here's something you need to remember. You don't have to shrink yourself to be desired. You don't have to compete with younger energy. You don't have to prove your worth. You already carry something they can't fake: experience, stability, self-respect. And men who are ready for something real feel that immediately. They may not say it out loud, but they lean closer. If this resonated with you, comment energy below. Subscribe for more emotional psychology insights like this. And share this with someone who needs the reminder.